Jimmy the G Him here with you once again, and today I'm giving you a little inside skinny just as far as scouting and ranking players and analyzing players and stats, more importantly, in any sport. We're talking about basketball today, but in any sport, having access to as much information as possible is vital. That as far as stats, as far as injuries, as far as the character of the player you're trying to get a read on, all of that matters in determining will that player ultimately be a failure or a success. And similarly to the way scientists and engineers can reverse engineer a product or a phenomenon or anything in a lab, the same can be done when looking at athletes in sports. And you can look at things that make up the successful athletes and some of the characteristics the unsuccessful athletes have. And I said this to say that I recently came across information basically giving the shot chart of a lot of the top prospects in the 2018 NBA draft. Most of the big college names are on here, and I will put the link at the bottom of the screen. But going over this information, I had a better feel of some of the players in this draft class. And I said some of the names that stuck out to me was Creighton shooting guard Khyri Thomas, Jalen Brunson, no surprise there, Villanova point guard. He performed well. Robert Williams, Texas A&M big man. I wasn't previously as high on him, but I think he's what the modern day center in the NBA has come to be when you look at a Clint Capella, player like that, even like a Montrezl Harrell, just the inside guy, providing value, although he may not be as tall as past day centers, have a good wingspan, a good standing reach, can run, can jump, and defend multiple positions coming out on screens and pick and rolls and things of that nature. So going over this data, like I said, Khyri Thomas, basically a Dwayne Wade type player. Not the uber athlete Wade is, but he's just physical, and that really showed in him shooting 77% at the rim. That led all guards I came across in this study, just all the top prospects, and I think that's a vital stat to give some indication of his potential success in the NBA. He's already known as an A-plus defender. I think going over this information, just looking at some of his game highlights, I think he's in consideration or should be in consideration for a lottery pick. I talked about Brunson. Brunson sort of reminds me of Jameer Nelson. He also shot 70% at the rim. Outstanding number for this class as a point guard. His strength is really noticeable when you watch him play, as he just can shield off defenders and still find a way to convert buckets. Coupled with his 36% shooting from NBA range, three-pointer, I think he can translate some of his college success over to the NBA. So he was a real big plus. Some other guys, Bates-Diop, I was high on him. He performed well both at the rim and from NBA 3. Morris Wagner, the same thing, I was high on him. He performed well from the NBA 3 line, given his height. He performed okay at the rim, but since you look for him to stretch the court, you know he can take someone off the dribble and finish if need be. I think both of those guys should be first round picks. Perusing some of the data, some of the top players, Marvin Bagley, I haven't been as high on him, but his numbers indicate that he will be a good scorer in the league. I just still have a question about, can he be the leader of a team that wins? Can he be a catalyst for a team that wins? But his numbers suggest he might put up some of the scoring averages you see from the Greek Freak or Anthony Davis. And if he does that, he definitely be one of the top players in his draft. Me, as far as building the team, I still may value some other players over him. Basically, that's some of the things I got from this study. Gary Trent, outside shooter from NBA 3 range. Very good during the NBA draft combine this past week. He was able to get to the free throw line more. As he continued to add facets to his game, just leaving college early after his freshman season, I think he's a player to watch as well. But take a look at the data yourself, and I guess stay tuned next time when I come back with another update looking at this NBA draft and NBA offseason, and also more NFL on the way. Once again, Jimmy the GM. If you like what you see, press like and subscribe. Thanks.